Hey, this is Riley, host of the Superhuman podcast. At Superhuman, we interview health experts as well as other high performers and teach our community how optimizing their health, supercharging their performance, and unlocking their biological code can help them do more with less. Do you want to fix annoying health issues slowing you down, become a productivity machine, have genius ideas pop into your mind automatically, stop feeling so stressed, build better relationships, and generate more income? Optimizing your inner machinery can do just that. Visit www.peakperform.io to learn more. My guest today is Vitalijus Majorovas. Vitalijus is the co-founder of Pulsetto, a company revolutionizing mental health and well-being through innovative wearable technology. For over 3 years, he has led the development of a groundbreaking vagus nerve stimulator that has helped users sleep better, reduce anxiety, and recover mentally by combining science-backed solutions with an easy-to-use mobile app. With a certification in sleep and recovery, Vitalijus has been instrumental in shaping Pulsetto's product strategy, ensuring it meets the needs of all of its users. Passionate about mental health and innovation, he is dedicated to creating life-changing solutions and empowering people to feel their best selves and live more healthier, balanced lives. Beyond Pulsetto, he has also contributed to revitalizing organizations with transformative strategies for growth and meaningful customer engagement. Vitalijus, welcome to the show.
Thanks. Very nice intro from your side. Thanks.
Well, I'm really excited to dive in today because I'm a bit of a longevity biohacking geek myself. I've been doing it probably the last 10 years or so, and so much so that I help people professionally with functional medical lab testing and looking at all the different biomarkers and biometrics. So you definitely will be speaking my language and probably the language of many people listening today. But first, I'm curious, what inspired you to create Pulsetto? What was your story behind that?
Basically, there are two stories which collide in one, let's say, point. From my side, I was working in corporate world in sleep product industries. In different countries, I was doing turnaround management. It means that I was dealing with the big changes, and etc. I was working in Turkey, in Europe, in Hungary, in Europe, in Lithuania. I'm originally from this country, so in different countries, I worked in sleep product industry, but I was bad sleeper completely because I was working like crazy, like I don't know, 15, 16 hours per day, and I
Wow.
at some point in my life, like 10 years ago, I had very strong panic attacks, and doctors wrote me Xanax as a tool, as a drug, let's say. And then I realized that I need to do something, and I started from sleep. And at that moment, I decided to become the sleep biohacker. So I tested a bunch of things on myself. I ran 100 night experiments already two times in a row. It means that I took like a 70 factors, which has some kind of scientific proof, and then I tested everything, on myself. 3 nights in a row, 3 evenings in a row. I use one of those factors. I measured everything from with Aura. I am quite old and one of the first users of Aura Ring. So it was not experiment, but it was this let's say this 100 nights challenge and etc. allowed me to let's say increase my sleep efficiency very much. I tested a bunch of nonsense things. I remember I started everything from kiwi as a fruit, because there are some studies showing that if you eat kiwi you will sleep better. Don't ask me why, what is the theory behind, but it's a big theory behind of this. So I tested 70 things like kiwi. Some of them was totally nonsense, some of them was really nice, and then one of those 70 things was vagus nerve stimulator. And then the second story is that my wife, she has cluster head pain, and cluster head pain is a very strong pain. Let's say it's like a 10x migraine or something like that. It appears like once, twice per year, usually during the nights, and the pain is very, very, very strong. It's like other name of this pain is suicidal pain. It's a very, very rare condition, but it's like somebody's cutting your head with knife. So during the nights when my wife, she's like waking up in the middle of the night and just rocking in the bed because the pain is so strong. And then when I see this kind of situations, of course we try a lot of things, and basically there are no treatment of cluster head pain. We tried oxygen therapy, a lot of drugs and etc., but I mean it's just just a minimizing, effect, but not decreasing a lot. And then 5 years ago, I read a few articles about vagus nerve stimulation and possible treatment of cluster head pain. So I dig deeper in this topic. Then I asked myself, who is the best expert in this field in Baltic countries, in Lithuania, and I met Povilas, my other co-founder, 3 years ago, because at that moment Povilas worked with invasive vagus stimulators. There are a lot of people who are wearing like a surgery implantable stimulators. They're treating epilepsy and other very strong conditions. And we met, we discussed that basically there are no, let's say, easy to use, user-friendly devices, non-invasive, not surgery-made devices in the market. And this is how 3 years ago we created the company. So it was like a part of my experiments and part of my hustle with my wife. And was the main motivator, let's say, to do something, in this field, to do some innovation in this field.
Wow, it's amazing. Everyone has their own story when it comes to health, right? And it always seems to find them indirectly. It's never always a straight path, but yeah, mine was a lot of the same things going on. Can you explain for people what is the vagus nerve and why would we want to stimulate it? And why does vagus nerve stimulation help us relax and all those positive benefits?
I mean, basically, if you're doing breathing exercises or cold shower, etc., you're also stimulating the vagus nerve. Just there are, let's say, more comfortable, more easier ways how to do it. But basically, this nerve is one of the longest nerves in the body. It connects, let's say, brain with internal organs. The uniqueness of this nerve that it has branches in every organ. So liver, pancreas, heart, yes, branches of the vagus nerve. And basically this nerve, it's like it has like a three roles. The one role is it's a communicator between the organs and the brain. So for example, just simple example, liver has like a 500 functions. Yes. So brain somehow needs to understand are those functions are working properly. So the communication goes that everything checkup status is okay, and then from the brain, the communication goes that okay, it means that you can relax, you can release the bile, you can decrease the blood pressure, and etc. So always the communication exists between the brain and organs. So this gut-brain axis, for example, it's also a big part of the vagus nerve. So when the vagus nerve is damaged or let's say not strong, and maybe we'll discuss how to measure this, then it's a big probability that it can be fake news. So the leaky gut or brain fog or whatever, this is basically the meaning of let's say not strong vagus nerve. So this is the one role. Other role, a very important role, that basically it switch on to parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system, other known is like a rest and digest. So that's why it's very good for the relaxation and cooling you down, decrease in the heart rate, decrease in the blood pressure, the muscle tension, and etc. Everything what is related with rest and digest. And the third role, which now it's more and more evidence about this, is the inflammation pathway, because during the vagus nerve stimulation, you are releasing acetylcholine, very important neurotransmitter, and this neurotransmitter now it's more and more proof showing that it's really doing a lot of good things for the inflammation. So if you have, joint pain related inflammations like arthritis, there are already devices in the market who can treat arthritis by stimulating specific fibers of the vagus nerves, who increasing dramatically the acetylcholine, and this is how you're decreasing the pain and etc. Acetylcholine, by the way, it's very connected with nitric oxide. That's why this is good for the migraine, and that's why it's good for the cluster head pains. So basically the three roles, parasympathetic, the communicator role, and then the inflammation pathways through the acetylcholine.
That's fascinating, especially when it comes to inflammation. You also see that with antidepressants, SSRI stimulating serotonin, but the new form of these is targeting brain inflammation. But if we can help brain inflammation through the vagus nerve stimulation, I think you're seeing amazing advancements along that whole entire area.
And that's why this topic is so exciting, and at the same time it's such a hard topic, because if you're looking to the vagus nerve, it's not like a one wire. It's basically it's like a more like network. It's 160,000 fibers. So when you are activating specific fibers by specific electric signal, you are activating the specific benefit. Yeah, one of the fibers are responsible for acetylcholine. Other fibers are responsible for parasympathetic nervous system activation. Other fibers are responsible for this gut-brain axis. And this is the biggest, let's say, right now challenge for the science to show what kind of, let's say, voltage, what kind of amplitude, pulse wave, and etc. You need to press different, let's say, buttons of the vagus nerve fibers, because uh, this is where the science of the nerve will go in the future, because by doing like a very targeted, very precise, stimulation of specific fibers, you can achieve, or you can multiply, for example, the acetylcholine releasement, and this is where Pulsetto also going, because now we uploaded like 8 different electric signals. They are different in those electric parameters like voltage, amplitude, and etc. But theoretically, we can upload up to 100 different electric signals. And this is where we want to go, that one device will be, for, I don't know, 10, 15 conditions. You don't need to wear 15, let's say, hardwares on your body, like, and be like a Robocop, but you just can play on the app with a different, let's say, stimulation programs, and then activate the different fibers of the vagus nerve.
That's amazing. And can you explain, what does Pulsetto look like? Is it something you wear on your head?
Yeah, so
Of course, it's connected with your phone. What does that look like?
So this is the device. You need to put the device on your neck. Why neck? Because in ear region, tragus areas, and the neck region, there are biggest amount of fibers. Let's say on the neck area, near the sleep artery especially, there are around 40-50% of total from those 160,000 fibers. So that's why we chose the neck area. So you're putting the device like this, you're switching on the button, and then the device is controllable by the app. And on the app, like I said, we uploaded 8 different signals. So basically, you're just switching on the app, the program, and then activating one of the signals, and then you feel some electricity. It's like a gentle, I don't know, vibration, or like a small, I don't know, needle, some this kind of feeling, but it's gentle. It's not electric shock or something like that. If you ever used TENS, those muscle stimulators, yeah, the feeling is quite similar. Just muscle stimulators, they're going to the muscle level. We are going deeper, the nerve level. So our, let's say, signal parameters are deeper, stronger, and etc. But the feeling itself, it's some gentle, let's say, vibration. And you are using this device 5 to 10 minutes, twice, 2-3 times per day. So you don't need to wear this device like hours. And you see that I can multitask. So it means I can do my other things, I can work, I can speak, I can watch TV. We are not recommending to do sport activities with this device, because sport activates fight and flight. It activates accelerator machine in your body. This is activating the parasympathetic, the brake pad. So it's no logic. It's like you're pressing on the car, the brake and the gas at the same time. It's no logic. So, but you can walk, you can sit down. I mean, you don't need like with meditation, like this dedicated environment, silent and focus completely only on the meditation or breathing. And basically, by breathing, you can also activate the nerve. Just with breathing, you need like a 20 minutes to activate some fibers. And like in our device, like I said, we are trying more and more to go to precisely to specific fibers of the vagus nerve. So you're wearing like 2-3 times per day, and that's it.
And when people start using this more, there's something known as vagal tone, right? So it's sort of, what is the baseline default overall state of the vagus nerve, so you can enter those rest and digest states a lot more quickly. So by using Pulsetto regularly, are we increasing vagal tone as well?
Yeah, so this is our other big passion and topic. I'm a big believer, and I'm quite deep right now in the stress resilience topic. And there are more and more proofs that stress is also like a muscle, so you can train like you're training, I don't know, biceps or whatever. And one of the, let's say, measurements of the stress muscle is this vagal tone. So the bigger the vagal tone, the stronger the stress muscle. What it means? It means that you cannot avoid stress. Yeah, it will be always near you, and sometimes you will drink alcohol, sometimes you will have bad sleep, sometimes you will be very angry because of some daily things, and etc. But if you have this strong muscle or strong vagal tone, you will recover much quicker. Yeah, you can jump from fight to flight to rest and digest much quicker.
Yeah.
The problem with chronic stress that it's so chronic that you're so often in the fight and flight that it's becoming chronic, and then the chronic stress is bad. But if you have this strong stress muscle, and meaning of stress muscle also means that you can train the muscle, you can measure the progress. It's good. So the vagal tone, one of the biggest measurements is HRV, the heart rate variability. The bigger the HRV, the better. And basically, HRV is like a measurement of vagus nerve tone, or let's say stress muscle. So the higher it's the better for you. Generically speaking, more than 50 is already good result of HRV. If you have, let's say, 80 plus, it means already that you are on the top level. 100 plus is elite. Usually HRV is very connected with the heart rate. So the lower the heart rate, the higher the HRV, but not always. But what we see from our customers, and we have around 100,000 customers, that the correlation exists, that those people who have lower resting heart rate, usually they have higher HRV. HRV is complex metric. It's not, you cannot expect that only wearing Pulsetto you can, dramatically increase, because alcohol consumption affect a lot, sleep quality, and some genetic also things, but with wearing Pulsetto on let's say 10 14 days protocol, you can increase the HRV. How much is depend on your trend. For example, we have customers who have started like a 20 HRV, very low, so they can decrease even by double, the numbers in 14 20 days. But if you have, let's say, 100, even 5% increasement is already hard task, for you, and etc. But yeah, so this is the one of the main metrics. Other way is to see your benchmark, and let's say if you would ask me, how I know that I will switch to the parasympathetic nervous system. So approximately, very roughly, I can say that if your benchmark of, I don't know, resting heart rate is, I don't know, 50, if you are above or below 20% of this benchmark, it means that you are or in fight and flight, or rest and digest. So it means that, for example, if your resting heart rate increased from 50 to, I don't know, 60, it means already that you're switching on to fight and flight. And reverse situation is with rest and digest.
Very interesting. And like you said, you can help increase vagal tone, cold showers, breathing, oming, maybe chewing gum, meditation, different things like this. But compared to that with Pulsetto, would you say you can double your progress with increasing HRV, or like any of those measurable things? I know it's really variable, but I would imagine by having a tool like this that directly can stimulate the vagus nerve to get more vagal tone over time, when people are used to being stuck in gear 6 and they can't get down to gear 1, they can't sleep properly, this seems like such a good quick tool for anybody to use wherever they are, to just get there fast and then stay there.
Now we just finished. I mean, not we, but we was providers of the Pulsetto. But in Holland, in one university, it was 40 participant study, and healthy, young. I mean, participants. It was 25, 30 years old people, and they increased HRV by 17 percentage in 14 days. So it's not like a magic number that double, triple, or whatever, but 17 is quite a big number, and they didn't change any, let's say, their life behaviors. I mean, so it was like alcohol consumption, and sleep is always not was super good, in all cases, and etc. So it's quite a lot. But like I said, I mean, we are doing a lot of tests with HRV. You can manipulate this metric by, for example, by breathing. 5 minutes of breathing, because when you're doing exhalation, when you're doing inhalation, you're increasing the heart rate. when you are doing the bigger exhalation, you are decreasing the heart rate. So for example, if you're doing like a short inhalation and very long exhalation, you can automatically decrease the heart rate, and it automatically will increase heart rate variability, but it will be very short term. It will be like, I don't know, a few minutes, so or for example, by drinking a lot of water, yeah, if you will drink like a full 4 liters of water, you can increase at that day the HRV, but it's a very short term activities. In long term, you need to train this muscle, this stress muscle, or this tone. You need to decrease in general the heart rate. For example, for person who is not doing any sport, if he will start to do sport, he automatically will increase capacity of heart and decrease the heart rate, and automatically will increase the heart rate. Omega-3 consumption, very, very big doses of EPA and DHA can really dramatically influence the heart rate. Alcohol consumption, completely cut off alcohol, can dramatically increase HRV and electrical vagus nerve stimulation. So combination of those, let's say, game changers, it's a really, really, really strong, let's say, protocol to increase the overall HRV.
Amazing time to be alive. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all the insights that you've given us. Before we leave, any last things you want to leave listeners today?
I think you need to take care of yourself. This is my main message, and especially take care of your mental health. I big believer in mental health. The same like you're taking care of your, I don't know, arm or head or chest or whatever. Mental health is also organ. So you need to take care, and I see, and especially I'm talking about stress because of, nowadays of these pandemic situations of a lot of pressure, technology, tempo, and etc. is increasing, so the stress is increasing more and more. And like I said, the stress is not like a bad thing, but when it's becoming chronic, it's becoming bad. So you need to build the stress muscle, and one of the best ways to build the stress muscle is to increase the vagal nerve tone. So doesn't matter, or you will doing breathing, or you will do some jaw massage, or you will do cold showers, because this is also the way how to activate the vagus nerve, or you will do, I don't know, humming, singing, balloon inflation, doesn't matter, or pulsetto or some other electric stimulation, but you need to take care of this stuff, because in the long term it will really make a lot of benefits, and maybe avoid burnout or some very strong chronic condition, because like I said, stress is growing like this. I don't see the trend that it will decrease. I don't see. I see that only the consumption of media, the consumption of news, and everything. It's like all the signals are showing that the level of stress will be always rising.
It shows, and I think people want a pill more than anything, and they don't want to do all these different habitual things because it takes too much work, and they're stressed. They just want to chill out. But I see Pulsetto is that gateway to like a really quick period of time in a quick session. You get those results, opposed to having to do all these external things, especially for those people who don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs, executives, the list goes on. So time efficiency and
Yeah,
effectiveness.
or for example, they don't like to do cold showers. For example, I am the guy. I mean, I know the benefits of cold shower and etc. But
Yeah,
I feel comfortable to do electric stimulation. So
makes sense to me.
this is my choice. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone teach their own. So if people want to find more about Pulsetto, where can they visit?
Pulsetto.tech, it's our official website. We have a lot of distributors already, but basically Amazon is the biggest one. So you can find us on Amazon and also on our website. Majority of our, let's say, customers are buying directly from us, Pulsetto.tech. Personally, I'm quite active on LinkedIn. So you can find me on LinkedIn. I'm sharing some knowledge, some my know-how and etc. Or you can also write me every time personally if you are a customer and you want some kind of, I don't know, say some opinion or some kind of recommendation. We are always improving, so for us it's also all those feedbacks very important, because we are 3-year-old company and we achieved a lot of things, but we have very strong mission and we know where we need to go, but for sure we need very strong feedback from the customers and from our users. So I'm really open to any conversation.
Amazing. I love the transparency. Well, thank you so much, Vitalijus. Appreciate you coming on. I learned a lot today. I'm sure our audience did too. And if anybody's looking for a 50% discount, they can go to pulsetto.tech/sleep15 and they can access it there as well. If you'd like to learn more about how you can achieve 7-figure health and performance, visit peakperform.io. Until next time, guys.